I'm Laura Manatt, the manager here at the Brooklyn Opera House and the Michael J. Manatt Community Center. So restoration of the Brooklyn Opera House on our end began back in 2014. It's probably the most iconic building in our downtown, definitely the most visible and noticeable as you're coming into town or as you're coming down Main Street. So it was really important for us to try to save the building. Several attempts had been made, but we wanted to make one last kind of valiant effort to save the building and really restore it back to its glory. There's so much history in this building that it would be a shame if we had to tear the building down and not have it part of our community anymore. So as you can imagine, with any historic restoration, there's always something that pops up that you're not expecting, and Newman Brothers really helped us find a great solution to the problem, whatever that was. And then in addition to all the surprises along the way with a historic building, just the overall historic detail of the project, we did apply for state and federal historic tax credits. And so Newman Brothers really helped us along the way kind of go through all the different elements and items that we would need to make sure we were compliant with the tax credit project. So throughout the process, as things would come up with Newman Brothers, we would constantly go back and forth on what the best solution was, both financially and for the project. Newman Brothers really gave us a lot of guidance as we went along. This is our first large restoration project, and so it was important for us to have a team on our side that had our best interests in mind as well as we worked through the project. We did end up going a little over budget. A lot of that was things that we added. Some of the things were just surprises of working on an older building. But timeline, we had this entire building done in about 12 months, which I don't think any of us expected to move quite that quickly, but it's a phenomenal facility and we are excited to get it open. The Brooklyn Opera House in the future will be used for movies, concerts, speakers, live performance, live theater, and it's really just kind of a multi-purpose auditorium venue for not only our community, but our region and the state. I think my favorite feature throughout the project, there's probably a couple of them. One is the balcony. When we got in here for the very first time, we had to take a step ladder up to the balcony to even get up there, and you barely wanted to walk around. I really didn't think they'd be able to salvage that area, but it was so important to the historic fabric of the overall building and the overall project. And so it was important to try to maintain that and to keep its integrity, and they were able to secure that, and there's no issues up there now. You can walk around freely and not worry about falling through the balcony, but it was pretty impressive to look at what we started with and what we have now. The other element that I would say is probably one of the most exciting is being able to salvage the stage. We weren't sure once we got in here if the stage was even salvageable, if the wood would look good once it was all done, but they did a phenomenal job on finishing the stage, sanding the stage, and getting it back to its original glory. Working with Newman Brothers throughout this whole project, they have been extremely patient with us, willing to work with us on all the different aspects of the historical restoration, right down to the individual details of the finishes within the building. Josh and Nick and the entire crew at Newman and Matt have been outstanding to work with, and we look forward to working with them again on another project.